waiting for the audio.
So maybe why don't we start introducing ourselves first? Because in my channel, people probably don't know about you, and maybe people from your channel don't know about me. So why don't you introduce yourself first, Chelo?
네.
Maybe if you want, you can start.
사실은
You can say
저는
Korean too.
너무 긴장돼요.
Why? You do live streaming every day.
It's not live though. It's pre-recorded. So, uh, okay, I will introduce myself. 인사하겠습니다. 여러분 안녕하세요. 저는 첼로쌤이라고 합니다. 저는 필리핀 사람인데 한국어 조금 밖에 할 수 없습니다. 많은 수고하셨습니다.
한국어 잘해요, 진짜.
감사합니다.
그리고 발음이 진짜 좋아요, 발음.
감사합니다.
Okay, so you
열심히
are Korean teacher, but also an English teacher too, right?
네.
Wow.
I'm actually I was actually an English teacher and then I decided to switch to Korean teaching, but now I do them both.
Really? What made you change?
Are we starting the interview now?
No, I'm just curious. We can just talk, freely.
It's because, like I mentioned, I worked before as an English teacher in a Korean academy. I mean, an English academy for the Koreans. So Koreans are coming here to the Philippines to study English, and then I had so many Korean friends and Korean students, and that's why I became interested with the language.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yes.
Okay, so then let me introduce myself.
It's your turn.
Yes. So, okay, guys, I'm Gadul. Actually, it's my nickname. My real name is Hyunsuk, and I live in Korea. Yeah, of course, I'm from Korea too. And I'm not an English teacher or a Korean teacher. I'm just an ordinary engineer. But I'm actually doing YouTube because it's fun. Because I like to do something different besides besides my job. So I dance and I do YouTube as a hobby. So yeah, I just like to try many things, and I decided to teach Korean because actually
They say they can hear you.
Really? Still? When I watch the video, I can hear that.
Oh, now they can hear us.
Yeah, so I decided to teach Korean because, actually it helps me a lot. It helps me with English because I have to talk in English during the lesson. And also, I like to communicate with people. So it's why I made a Facebook group also. Yeah, there are many reasons. But yeah, now I'm a YouTuber and dancer and engineer too.
Wow. I have watched your dance videos actually.
Really? In my YouTube channel?
너무 잘해요.
But nowadays I don't really upload that much because I noticed that my channel is a Korean channel, and when I upload dance videos, I saw like my subscribers are decreasing. So
But it's okay.
yeah, maybe when it gets bigger, I will probably try again because I know there's a algorithm in YouTube So maybe the algorithm is confused. Like, oh, is it a Korean channel or is it a dance channel? Like, so YouTube doesn't know where to recommend this channel.
Actually, in the Philippines, that's normal to have too many contents in one video. I mean, in one channel.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I can still do that, but I'm just trying to figure out now because I'm still kind of a newbie, even though it's been a year. I don't really have many subscribers.
But yours are a lot better than mine.
No, like I see your channel is increasing really, really fast. You will get ahead of me
Comes
really
only.
soon. So
Okay.
let me check the chatting. Wow, I'm surprised there are 21 people.
Hi to all the people who's watching now. 여러분 안녕하세요.
Guys, let us know where you guys are from. Are you all from Philippines?
I think there are many Filipino people who's watching now or watching now that know how to speak Korean. So guys, can you try a sample? Comment down using Korean or using Hangul if you're a Filipino.
Yeah, like type in Korean. Oh, Croatia too. Oh, I know you, Branka Posavec. She actually
You,
is from my
you
Facebook
what?
group. And there is my friend too.
Why are you saying good night now?
Okay, so why don't we start questioning each other? Do you want to start first, or do you want me to start first?
I think you prepared a lot of questions for me, right?
Not so much, just maybe typical questions, but I will probably make other further questions from there.
I didn't prepare that much questions,
It's
but
okay.
I have prepared a challenge for you.
Ah, okay.
So, everyone who's watching now, don't leave yet. Wait for the challenge for Gadulshi.
Okay, I'm excited for that. So then, okay, just then let me just ask you first. Um, oh well, I made this Facebook very recently, like a month ago, and I noticed that most of my followers are from Philippines, and I actually before this I knew that Korean culture is popular in Southeast Asia, but I didn't know like it's the most popular in Philippines. So can you like probably tell me why Korean culture is popular in your country?
Okay, so why Korean culture is popular here in the Philippines? I bet everyone who's watching now can answer that.
Uh huh.
But in my opinion, I think it's because of, when we see something too perfect, like people like to like fantasies, right?
Uh huh.
K-pop thing is not a fantasy though, but because of the high standard of what they call K-pop image, right?
Mhm.
So K-pop image, it's like you can never be ugly. You should never show any bad sides or any unpleasant side
Mhm.
of yours. That's why I think not just Filipinos, but even Americans or other nationalities could see Koreans as wow, perfect.
Ah.
Wow, it's above the standard. That's
So.
why I think many Filipinos get easily hooked, especially with the Korean dramas, because we face lots of challenges in life, and then one of the way to release it is, stress reliever is by watching a drama. Because for me, every time I watch a drama, Korean drama, it's like it's taking me to another dimension wherein I get to forget some of my problems.
Really?
And maybe that's the reason why. That's why Korean drama or K-pop or anything about Korean culture is amusing because it looks good. It looks so good. It looks so perfect. That's why.
So basically, it's mostly about like appearance.
Not just the appearance, but um, the way the country present itself,
Mm.
their culture, the food, and it's everything is beautiful. That's why.
Ah, okay. So it's not only about appearance, but like the image of Korea that is shown on TV shows or dramas, like they all look really good and nice, right?
Yes, even the government. Every time I hear something about the government of Korea, wow, really? That's nice. Like
Wow.
that. So I admire a lot of things about Korea. That's why.
Oh wow, that's really interesting to hear. Mm. Okay, I'm not sure about the government because they are doing kind of badly nowadays, but yeah, probably.
Nowadays,
Yeah, but maybe we can talk about it like later, because it'll be really a long talk. But okay, oh, that's really interesting. So, like Korean music, K-pop, and Korean drama or other Korean like variety TV shows are all popular.
yes, I think so.
Is it
Hello?
like only for like minor people or like a majority of people, like especially young people, like it?
Mm, I think it's like 60-40.
Percent.
60% of the Filipinos and then 40% of the Filipinos are not that into K-pop thing because there are still a lot of like bashers when it comes to K-pop fangirling or something like that.
A lot of pressure, you said?
A lot of bashers,
Basher?
bashers,
Bashers.
someone someone who would talk bad thing about other people.
Let me see.
Yeah, I commented it down.
Oh, really? Ah, bashers. Okay. Um. Okay, interesting. Okay, I have more questions, but like maybe it's your turn now.
Okay, have prepared a question here. Let's read some comment first.
Okay.
They said, "Oh, Filipino and Korean became friends because of the war," and that's true. I heard about that.
Mm.
Have you heard about that? When the Filipino soldiers helped Korea,
In
like
the
in a
war?
war, way back before.
Mm. Actually, I didn't know is why we became closer.
Mm. Nice to meet you guys. Yes, nice to meet you too, everyone.
Okay, one of the people like Kadric Maripia, he or she asked, "What's the main material of kimchi?" Interesting.
Ethiopia and Korea.
Kimchi is made of cabbage and pepper mainly.
We suddenly became a cooking show.
No, it's like one of the questions.
Okay, so are you ready for my question?
Sure, just a second. Let me check my Facebook group chat. Just 1 minute, guys.
Can I have a question? Yes, what's your question, JM? They're asking where are you now? I am from Philippines and Gadulshi is from Korea.
Just let me just check my Facebook group. It's a little bit weird.
Saan ka sa Pilipinas? Ako po'y taga Maynila. Manila girl. How long have you been teaching Korean, Chelo Ssaem? How long have I been teaching Korean? Like almost 2 years. They are raising up questions in the comment section.
Yeah.
Guys, please forgive me about my voice. It's a bit husky now because actually I have a sore throat today. How long did it take you to be fluent? I'm not that fluent, actually. Not yet, but maybe soon.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, ready for the question. Do you want to answer their question first, or do you want to
Oh,
answer my question first?
okay. Maybe we can answer their questions first. What was the question?
From JM. He said for Gadolshi, I heard they said 70% of Korean are cold to Southeast Asian. Is that correct?
Cold. Ah. Oh my God. There's That can be a really sensitive question, but I'm not sure how many percent, but there is a you know bad but there are bad people everywhere in the world, but yeah, of course in Korea there are also bad people. I'm not sure how many people, but I think usually older people, like my father's generation or even older than them, like grandfather's generation, maybe they kind of think, Southeast Asia, not like all the countries, but since Korea is living better than before, so like old generation people kind of like look down on like a Southeast Asia countries just because we live better, but it's really like a usually only for old people. So whenever I see those kind of things, I really feel bad because I really respect like everyone, like whoever they are or wherever they are from. But I also like few times noticed that when I travel to Southeast Asian countries, like old people, they don't speak English very well, so they just speak Korean to the, like, for example, Filipino people or like Thai people, but they speak Korean but in 반말.
Mm.
So I was like, really? Why? Like, you met the person for the first time. Like, you shouldn't speak 반말 to them. Like, I felt always bad to the like people. They think, oh no, you don't understand Korean, so I would just speak 반말 to you. So I feel really bad if that happens to, like, if I see them, like, maybe if I see my friends doing that, I would probably tell them not to do that. But anyway, it's kind of, I think it's kind of true. There are some bad people who are treating Southeast Asian people kind of badly, I think.
But the good thing is, it's just in the previous generation,
Yeah, yeah,
not.
like nowadays young people are more open-minded, so they know how to respect, other countries where they are from, wherever they are from.
Okay, so I think it's time for my question.
Okay.
Is it? Here, my question is actually one of the commenters already asked the question.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same question I have prepared. What do Koreans think about Philippines or about Filipinos?
Mm. Okay. That's a difficult question. It's just I don't think I can represent like general opinions. I cannot
Mhm.
really tell general opinions about like Philippine, but in my opinion, in my personal opinion, when you think of Philippine, like first we think of is like it has such a nice weather, so like people really wanna go there to enjoy the sun, like sunny weather, and the beach, and yeah, like even I went to Philippines for scuba diving too. So when you think of Philippines, we think of like travel. And about people, mm,
Actually, I can totally agree with that because as I have mentioned earlier, I have been working with Koreans,
uh
with
huh,
Korean students,
uh
with
huh,
Korean friends, and every time they meet a Filipino, the first thing they would ask, "Oh, you're a Filipino? Oh, mango.
mango.
Do we look like a mango?"
That's true.
When they heard, "Oh, you're a Filipino, wow, Cebu, wow, Bohol." So every time I think they meet someone who is a Filipino, the first thing they would come to their mind is mango, Cebu, and the things we could offer.
Yeah, because mango is really expensive in Korea, and it's really yummy but really expensive. So when you travel to Southeast Asian countries, we first thing we look for is mango or other like tropical like fruits. Yeah, and Korean people love Philippines. I don't think only Philippines, but like Philippines or Thailand or Vietnam. Like we love to go there because we can enjoy like the fantastic like trip with like a you know like a reasonable price. But actually, I'm not really sure how people think about Filipino people. I have a like personal opinion, but I'm not sure about the general idea about Filipino people.
Okay, thank you for answering my question. I think you still have another question.
Oh yeah, so I already know Korean culture is popular in your kind of popular. I'm not sure how popular it is, but like, do people wanna learn Korean language because of the culture, or people wanna learn Korean like to be more successful, like to maybe work for Korean companies or whatever? Why do Filipino people wanna learn Korean?
Okay, so for me, most of the Filipino Korean learners I know are studying for the sake of working in Korea.
Oh, okay,
So
that's cool.
I
Makes sense.
think they see it as an employment opportunity. That's why they're studying Korean, and some of it maybe it's because of the influence of Korean culture
Mm-hmm.
via Korean drama and K-pop. But most of the people I know are studying because of uh, employment purposes.
Okay, that makes sense. But do you learn Korean at school too?
Pardon?
Do you learn Korean at school too?
At school, yes.
Really?
Actually, I have invested a lot, or not totally a lot. I'm not that rich to study Korean. And I think I can show you some of my certificates here,
Oh
but
wow.
it will be blur out anyway, I think. 잠깐만요.
네.
How do we flip the cam? Oh, can you see it there? Here.
Wow. So
So
smart.
they are from the Korean language centers where I have studied. Actually, the first 2 years of studying Korean, I just studied by myself. So it's just self study. And then I thought, I cannot do this on my own because I need someone to correct my pronunciation, someone to correct my sentences. So I decided to enroll to an academy,
Mm,
multiple academies.
okay. I mean, like in public school, like when you are in middle school or high school, do you learn Korean language as a second language?
Actually, no.
No.
What we teach here as a second language is English. But I think there are some schools who offer Korean as academic subject,
Uh,
but not most. I think I don't know. I have no idea.
okay, interesting. But like among other Asian languages like maybe Japanese, Chinese, Korean. Which language is the most popular to learn?
English.
I mean, like among Asian languages.
Actually, it's kind of difficult for me to hear you now.
Oh, really? I mean, among Asian languages like Korea, China, Japan.
So which one do we prefer to study?
Yeah.
Mm. I actually tried to study Nihongo or Japanese before,
Oh, okay.
and then I gave up.
Why?
Because of the letters, because of
I
its
know.
alphabet, it's so hard.
Han-
But one thing I like about Korean language is that Hangul, I think that is the easiest alphabet. That
I
when it
agree.
comes to alphabet, it's the easiest to learn.
Yeah.
Because actually, even just in my class, I can or students can just understand Hangul in just 1 hour. The
Oh,
thing that they will just have to do is just to memorize it.
really?
So I think King Sejong did a great job in creating
Ah.
Hangul.
Oh, okay. I mean, I knew that, but I didn't know like other people also find it easy too. Okay, very interesting. I also tried to learn Japanese like last year because I wanted to learn one more language so I can become trilingual. But I also gave up because of Hanji. You know,
Yes.
once I saw it, like, oh no, I don't even like remember how to write my name in like Chinese character.
Sadayo. Especially Chinese. It's so hard.
Exactly. I've like another question too, actually. So you guys have a really like a perfect image about Korean people. Like from the drama or from like K-pop stars. But like you also have a lot of Korean friends, and when you meet Korean people in person, they actually don't look like celebrities. Like
That's true.
maybe I'm like I'm not like I'm totally far away from celebrities. Like I'm
Not
like
really.
such a like ordinary ugly Korean person.
No, you're not ugly.
So like so you don't really have the image anymore, right?
Well, actually, personally, in my opinion, I the moment I have been exposed to Korean culture, Korean thing, because of being with Koreans, I also have seen a lot of flaws. Of course, I think every country has their flaws, right? So I don't right now. I don't have that perfect image for Korea anymore. No. For example, when it comes to the system of education in Korea,
Uh-huh.
it's really promising. However, I think they are putting. I don't know if it's okay to say this.
Crystal clear, don't
It's
worry.
just my opinion anyway. Since since there, my experience as an English teacher for the Koreans before, most of my students before were kids to teenagers, and then I have witnessed how they were so pressured by studying. It's like it's very normal to see a student having their nose bleeding because of too much studying. So, and then there's one student of mine before that it's not an argument, but yeah, we argued a little just because he got 9/10 score for the quiz, and she wants me to record it as perfect score. However, I cannot do that because she only got 9. But then suddenly she cried. I found out the reason why is because if she will go home with 9 out of 10 score, her mom would beat her up.
I understand. You know very well actually. That's that is really true. That's really they can be even worse in Korea, you know, especially in Seoul and especially in certain areas like you know Gangnam.
Mm-hmm.
Like Gangnam moms are crazy about education. So I don't know if you heard of this drama called Sky Castle.
Hi, Castle.
You have you
네,
watched it?
봤어요.
봤어요?
네.
Ah, okay. So this drama like represents Korea very well, and I didn't really get that much pressure from my parents. Actually, not at all. That my parents didn't care about me studying like at all. Actually, they bothered me more. But yeah, a lot of my friends actually were really pressured studying Korean, studying really hard to go to a good university. Then after university, they really study hard to get a really good job, like to work for Samsung, whatever. Yeah, that's kind of true. Like Korea has been developing very fast, but also there are a lot of flaws too, like you said. There are a lot to fix, I think, too.
Yeah, it's crazy because I remembered one of my students was 7 years old that time, and then it would take her like 8 to 5 p.m. to study in the academy, and then after that, she has to study piano lesson like for 6 to 7 o'clock,
Right.
and then swimming lesson at 7 to 8 o'clock. Like wow.
Okay, that's me when I was second year in my elementary school. Like I went to five different schools too.
That's very exhausting.
Yeah, at the time it was okay because I wanted to do that, but Actually, in when I was in high school, for example, during the vacation, I was in a library from 10 a.m. to 1 a.m. next morning.
Really?
Yeah,
Is it open 24 hours?
yeah, not 24 hours, like more than 12 hours, but like almost every day. It was on vacation, summer vacation. Yeah, these
Well, I
were
think
good
it's time
times.
for my last question for you.
Okay,
It's about what I have mentioned last time.
all right.
What's your opinion about hashtag cancel Korea?
Ah, okay, okay. Okay, let me. Okay, so now I remember, like one of your celebrities, like got a tattoo of the flag, right? The Japanese like were like related tattoo, right?
That woman, actually, she's half Filipino and then half American.
Ah, really? Well, um, as I said, I think the problem was Korean people's reaction after, right?
I can hear you now.
Oh, really?
Hello?
Okay, so can you hear me now?
Hmm,
Still low?
a lot better than earlier.
Let me.
Can you hear us, guys? Hello?
Can you hear me well, guys?
Please tell us if you can hear us.
I can hear my voice well in the video though. What about you? Can you hear me?
Yes, but earlier
Ah,
your
okay.
voice was too low.
Yeah, so I think I feel really bad about the what's her name?
Jitler.
Chitler?
Yes, I can clearly remember his name.
Can you type it? I cannot pronounce her name very well.
There.
Wow, it's very unique name. Chitler? Yeah, I mean, I feel really bad about actually quite big mistake.
Ah, he's a boy.
Ah, is it?
Hello?
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 Can you hear me? The internet is a little bit slow. Just a second. Can you hear me?
Oh, there you go.
Okay,
By the
so
way, I think I misheard it when you were asking. The girl who danced with Rising Sun flag was Filipino and then Filipino American,
okay.
and then the boy who tore the Philippine flag is a Korean,
Ah,
and
okay,
his name is
okay.
Hitler.
Yeah, I mean, um, I feel really bad for her because even though she made a big mistake, she got the tattoo, but she didn't really know about the history. I think, but mistake because she's a influencer. But the problem is like what Korean people did after. They should probably just like let her know kindly because she didn't mean to do it like on purpose. She just didn't know, and she just need to learn. And I don't know how old she is, but she looks quite young. she can still make some mistakes. And yeah, and then Korean people's reaction was really like ignorant. Like, like I think it's only certain people, like, people like who are strong only on the internet, because
I think so too.
they can say whatever because nobody can come up to them. So only those people probably, like, did those bad things. I don't think any of my friends would do that, like maybe to hurt her. So I think it was really bad, but I hope it, got solved well now. How is it now?
I think it's okay now.
Yeah.
Still, Hitler didn't say sorry.
Really.
But we Filipinos, we're not that too serious when it comes to that matter because we can easily forgive and
Yeah.
we're too positive. That's why.
Actually, I found that, like, not only Filipino people, but whenever I travel to Southeast Asia, I feel that people are really warm-hearted. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm trying to get closer to my phone
Really?
because I can hear you clearly.
Maybe can you turn up the volume?
It's a bit low. Okay, why not? Let's talk about some positive things.
Oh, sure.
uh,
Let's check out the chatting first a little bit.
yes.
Oh my God,
So I would like to add some positive question.
my friend just came too. 영가가 안녕. 연가 연가 Kim is my Korean friend, my best friend.
안녕하세요.
Oh, some people know Sky Castle too.
Someone answered. 나는 한국 효자를 좋아하기 때문에 한국어를 배우고 싶습니다. Wow.
Wow, really, really honest. But I understand, like, a lot of foreigners like Korean girls, and even I think Korean girls are really beautiful, but they don't really wanna hear that. So whatever your intention was, like, maybe it's better not to just say like, oh, I like Korean girls, and so I study Korean. Like, it's better not to say
네.
that. I just recommend you, even if it's a good intention. Korean girls don't like that.
Okay, so my positive question is, what do you like most about the Philippines?
Hmm. Well, I went to Philippines once, like 2 years ago, and it was for scuba diving. And yeah, I really, really love the beach. I really enjoyed the sunny weather and the beach. We don't have those kind of beach in Korea, so I felt like it was like a heaven when I scuba dived into the like a sea. I could swim with the turtles, so I was like, wow, like I can only do that here. And also, yeah, that's what I like the most when I travel there, if I have to choose one.
I think some of the foreigners who who travel here in the Philippines, what they like the most is it's because Filipinos can speak English. Maybe not that very fluent, but it's easy to communicate. Because when you visit like Japan or some other countries, right, they don't have English as their second language. So
Right.
it's kind of hard to communicate there if you don't know their language. But I think one good thing about Philippines is that that's why many travelers come to our countries because they can just get along, they can understand everything because English is like our second mother tongue.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what I think.
yeah, like I was really surprised. Like almost, almost everyone was able to speak English. So, like you said, like I could communicate with them very well.
Okay, I think we can now have the challenge.
Okay, so yeah, let's try that.
Okay, I have prepared a tongue twister challenge for Gadul. So what are you going to do? I already explained what is a tongue twister, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there are lots of Korean tongue twisters as well.
Uh huh.
But this time you will try Filipino tongue twister, Tagalog tongue twisters. Ready?
Okay. So it's a Filipino language, right?
Yes.
So do I
Since
have
you
to?
now have Filipino viewers,
Okay, let me
so
try.
I bet they would love to hear you speak some Tagalog via uh, this, what do you call this? Tongue twister.
Will you put it on the
So,
chat?
ano naman yun?
Okay.
How can I allow screen sharing here? Oh no. Okay, for a second.
Mm-hmm.
You can read their comments first.
Okay. Let me lay. Okay, they. I think they are waiting for the tongue twister challenge. Go, Gadu.
잠시만요.
네. Okay, let me. 아이고.
Okay, I'm ready. Are you ready?
Just a second. Let me check the sound first again. works well. Okay, Chelo, I'm ready.
Can you see my screen?
I'm ready.
Okay. So what you're going to do is you just have to read it perfectly.
Perfectly, okay.
Now just try your best.
Do I need to be fast?
mm, you're supposed to be fast, but since this is your first time trying tongue twister,
Okay.
and you can just do it slowly.
Alright, okay, let me try.
네, 시작하세요.
Okay, just a second. Okay. Oh my god. Mi, minekaniko, minekaniko ni moniko ang makina ng manika ni Monica.
One more time.
Minekaniko ni.
I'll do it. I'll do it first, and then you try.
Okay.
Okay, so this is minikaniko ni Moniko ang makina. Ay, mali ako. Sorry. Minikaniko ni Moniko ang makina ng manika ni Monica. See? Even I
Okay.
started.
Minekaniko ni Moniko ang makina ng manika ni Monica.
잘해요.
진짜요?
발음이 잘해요.
오. 무슨 의미예요?
It means like Monico is the name of a man.
Okay.
And then makina means machine. And then manika means doll. And then Monica is the name of a girl. So it means like Monico did some fixing with Monica's doll.
Monica's what?
Doll.
Doll.
Yes.
Oh.
장난감.
Okay, it's interesting. After you like read it, I can read it better with the accent.
One more time. Another one.
Do you want me to read first?
If I will read first, you'll get an idea on how to read it. 네, 그듯이 시작하세요.
카카바카 okay. 카카바카바 카바.
Good, nice try. So it's kakabakabakaba. Too many K's.
Okay.
kakabakabakaba. So it's like 긴장해요.
괜찮아요?
긴장.
긴장해요?
긴장해요.
Like, are you nervous?
Yes, asking if are you nervous?
Okay, let me try again. Can you read it again?
kakabakabakaba.
카카바카바카바.
오, 잘해요.
카카바카바카바. Okay.
잘했어요.
감사합니다.
You're good.
Oh, it's fun.
What about this one?
This is so small.
잠깐만요.
Oh, it's okay, I can still read. Okay, oh, it's better. Let me practice first.
Yeah, even Filipinos are having a hard time reading this one.
Okay. Nakakapek. 파파가백.
한번 다시 말해봐요.
나카카펙 파바가백.
Nakakapagpabagabag.
Okay. Nakakapak, papakapak.
Wow.
괜찮아요?
You can really catch things fast.
어,
잘했어요. Nakakapagpabagabag.
nakakapak, pakakapak. What does it mean?
It's like it's bothering.
Bothering.
Yeah.
Ah,
Something is kind of bothering. I think this is the last one. R and L. Hello. Koreans find it hard to pronounce the distinction
umbrella.
of
Okay.
R and L sounds.
Let me practice first. Angrenlo. Ni Leroy. Oh my gosh. Ni Leroy. Relax. Angrenlo. Ni Leroy. I relax.
Wow. I thought you will mix up the R and L, but you
Does it
did pretty well. Wow.
does it
So
sound
ang
okay?
relo ni Leroy ay Rolex.
Okay, again.
It means a Rolex is like a brand of
Uh-huh.
watch,
Uh-huh.
and then Leroy is a name of a man.
Okay.
Relo is watch.
Ah.
So it means the brand of Leroy's watch is Rolex.
Ah, wow. Okay. Ah. Can you read it again?
I think it's an expensive one. I don't know.
Can you read that again?
Okay. Ang relo ni Leroy ay Rolex.
Angmelo ni I'm sorry. Angmelo ni Leroy I relax. Oops.
Oh. So good.
Good.
So that's it.
Ah,
So
thank you.
guys, what can you say? Can you also do that one? He's good, right?
Yeah, it's fun. And
You're good for a first timer
yeah.
who speaks Tagalog for the first time.
Oh my god.
How was it?
Yeah, it was really fun and I never actually I never read a Filipino language. It's actually my first time reading it, so it was very interesting and fun and yeah, I like to learn new languages, so it was a good try. Thank you for preparing.
Agad 씨는 많이 똑똑하네요.
아, 감사합니다.
You're smart.
첼로쌤이 더 똑똑해요. 한국어 공부하기 어렵지 않아요?
네, 많이 어려워요.
그죠? 지금 필리핀에 한국 친구들이 있어요?
한국 친구?
네, 한국 친구들이
네,
있어요?
많이 있어요.
아, 많이 있어요?
근데 제 친구는 한국에서 있어요. They're there.
아, 그렇구나. 그러면은 필리핀에는 없어요? 필리핀에는 없어요? 한국 친구?
필리핀에 없어요.
아,
Everyone are in Korea.
아,
Especially now, the pandemic. I don't think they will stay here.
right. It's so bad. I'm dying to travel now. Ah,
Maybe next year.
I really hope so. Like I would travel like maybe every month.
Then make a travel vlog about Philippines.
Yeah, I would definitely do that. Now
Yeah.
I know more about Philippines because nowadays I have a lot of subscribers from Philippines. So I also want to study more about the country.
Yeah, I'll tour you around if ever you will come here.
Okay, sure. Okay, so wow, it's already over 9 o'clock. Ooh, we had an interview even for 1 hour.
네.
So tomorrow actually I have a day off from work.
So it's okay to stay up late night.
Yeah. I'm just going on a kind of short trip tomorrow. What are you gonna do tomorrow?
음, 내일은 뭐 할 거예요?
네. 내일은 뭐 해요?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, yeah, I'm asking you.
Tomorrow I still have lots of classes, online classes.
아,
내일은 일할 거예요.
와, 바쁘구나. Okay, so maybe we can finish our interview here. And it was really fun actually. So maybe we should try another interview soon with a different topic.
네.
Yeah.
You're dancing, I am singing. Talent vlog.
I would think about it.
Since you dance now,
I like it, but I'm not good.
let's look forward to it. They are asking if you have Filipino friends.
Um, I have one friend, but we are not talking that much nowadays. But we became friends when I traveled to Philippines. Cause I like to, make friends when I travel there. So yeah, but we are not really talking nowadays. But yeah, my friend now is Chelo.
Wow. 안녕 친구.
안녕. By the way, how old are you?
네?
How old are you?
저는 26살입니다.
아, 한국 나이요?
Philippine.
아,
So it's
그렇구나.
like I'm 27 in Korea.
Yeah, yeah, depends on your birthday, but around 27, I think.
네, 가든 씨는 나이가 어떻게 되세요?
저는 필리핀 나이로 32.
32?
네,
You look younger than that.
I hope so.
They're like an older brother.
Yeah,
Collaborations are always fun, he said in the
exactly.
comment
Oh,
section. Yeah, that's right.
who is it? Do you know him? Like her or her? GLE?
Glex 20, I don't actually know. But I know Neil, AB, GM, Dennis,
Oh,
those who are commenting right now.
you have a lot of friends here. I will probably read all the comments after this interview.
네. 그럼 질문이 있어요?
아니요, 더 없어요. 질문 더 있어요?
아니요, 없어요.
Okay, so it was really difficult at first, but it was definitely worth it, I think, and I had a lot of fun with you. Thank you so much, Cello.
Yeah, thank you so much, Kadushi, and thank you to the viewers who are still watching and who bared
Yes,
with
thank you
us
so
even though
much.
we had little difficulties with the audio.
Yeah, I
You
will try to
guys,
fix it.
네,
네, 그러면은 여기서 인사해요.
네, 여러분 안녕히 가세요.
안녕.